Hi everyone. Welcome to the instructions for entering your requests online. The very first thing that you are going to do is make your course selections with your parents, deciding what it is that you're going to take. And once you've made those selections, you are ready to enter your requests into Powerschool. So the very first thing that you're going to do is actually go to Powerschool and log in normally, like you are going to check your grades or something like that. As soon as you log into Powerschool, over on the left-hand side, over here, there will be a link that's called Class Registration, and you're going to click on that. Once you click on Class Registration, you are going to get a screen that looks very much like this, where it says, Welcome to Lee Summit North High School Class Registration System for 2016-17. Okay, it does say, welcome to the process. We're excited that you're going to be a Bronco next year, and so on and so forth. Now, the way this screen is set up, it follows your enrollment form perfectly. So make sure that you have your enrollment form with you, and make sure that you have already made your choices, so this process will be super easy for you. So starting with communication skills, look at your enrollment form. You're going to come over here to the pencil, and you're going to click on the pencil, and as soon as you click on the pencil, all the choices that you can make for communication skills are listed here. The majority of you will be choosing Advanced Studies English 9 or English 9, one or the other. In some cases, for students who are on IEPs or who've been recommended for a reading lab or reading strategies, will make more than one selection. But the majority of you will make one selection, either English 9 or Advanced Studies English 9. What recommendation has been made for you by your English teacher? That's what's important for you to pay attention to. So let's say I've been recommended for English 9. So I'm going to click on English 9, and then I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to say OK. And immediately my choice shows up right here. Now I'm going to drop down to Communication Skills Elective. Now, looking at your enrollment form, you are not required to sign up for any of these. In fact, if you read this little blurb right here, it says you are not required to choose one of these courses. Only choose a course from the list if you want a course in this elective area. These courses cannot replace English 9 or Advanced Studies English 9. So in the Communication Skills Electives, if you have not circled any of those courses as an option for you, then you don't have to choose anything here, and you can click OK. But maybe you've decided that you want to do Intro to Broadcasting and Video Technology. So I'm going to go ahead and make a choice here and click OK. Okay, now I'm going to come down to Modern Language. Now, colleges want you to have at least 2 years of the same modern language. So if you are currently in a language at Campbell, then it's probably in your best interest to go on and take Level 2. If you've not been recommended for Level 2, that means that you kind of struggled this year at Campbell, and maybe your teacher thinks that you should go ahead and try Level 1 again. Either way, you can make your choice. So, let's say you're currently in Spanish 1, and you're doing a great job in Spanish 1, and so your teacher has recommended you to go on to Spanish 2. So I'm going to go ahead and make this choice right here for Spanish 2, and click OK. So as you can see, my English 9, my Intro to Broadcasting and Video Technology, and my Spanish 2 are already showing, so I know that I've made 3 year-long choices. Now, how do I know they're year-long? See where it says 1 credit, 1 credit, 1 credit? If it says 1 credit, that means that it's year-long. If it says 0.5, that means that it's a semester course. Okay, let's go on down to Social Studies. You're going to click on Social Studies. Most of you will take either Advanced Studies American History or American History, so I think I'm taking Advanced Studies American History, and I'm going to say OK. So now I've made 4 year-long choices. Now I'm going to go to Math. I'm in pre-algebra. Let's just say I'm in pre-algebra. So my next choice would be Algebra 1, or if you've been recommended for Algebra/Geometry 1. It is very important that you go with your teacher's recommendation at this point. Math is one of those tricky subjects, and so you just want to make sure that you stick with your teacher's recommendation. If you happen to already be in Algebra 1 this year as an 8th grader, and you've done well, then you've probably been recommended for Geometry. So let's say you're in Algebra 1, you're doing well, you've been recommended for Geometry. So you're going to go ahead and choose geometry, or maybe you've even been recommended for advanced studies geometry. But you'll make your choice, scroll down here, and say OK. Okay, now I'm going to go to science. Now the reason I've just really gone through every single one of these is because every single person is going to have to sign up for an English, a math, a science, and a social studies. So really, 4 of the 7 options you have no choice but to choose. Okay, so I'm here in science. Most of you will either choose biology or advanced studies biology. We do have some other choices here. One of them is Principles of Biomedical Sciences, and this would be a course that you would take in addition to biology or advanced studies biology, especially if you're thinking about going into a science-related, like health profession career. I'm going to take advanced studies biology, and I'm going to click OK. All right, now, before we go on, notice that I've chosen English, Intro to Broadcasting and Video Technology, Spanish, Advanced Studies American History, Geometry, and Advanced Studies Biology. So technically, I've already made 6 of my 7 choices. So now I really only have 1 more option, or I have 2 options if the 2 courses that I pick are semester courses. So here are your options. Did you choose to take a fine art for next year? A fine art is art, music, or theater. If you did, you're going to click on it, and you're going to find your choices. Now, this is where this gets a little bit tricky, because notice there's more than 1 page here. So I'm going to go ahead and I can click either next or on the 2, and it will take me to the next page. Okay. Now, for me, I'm not doing anything in the fine arts area, so I'm not going to choose anything, and I can just keep going. Okay, now I'm going to go to practical art, and I'm going to click on practical art. No, there is a course in practical art I want to take. It's called Culinary Foundations. I want to learn how to cook. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to find Culinary Foundations. Now again, notice that on this particular one, there are 3 different pages. So if you don't see what you're looking for on this first page, then click the second page or click the third page. Now I'm going to go back here to the first page. Okay, I've made my Culinary Foundations, and I'm going to click OK. Now, notice Culinary Foundations is a 0.5. That means that Culinary Foundations is only a semester-long course. So I need another semester course to back up with that. Well, a really popular course for me to back up with this is one of my PE classes or my health class. So I'm going to click on this, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do health. Now, something you need to pay attention to here. Notice this health says that you must be on an IEP to enroll in this course. Same thing with this one. Must be on an IEP to enroll in this course. So make sure that if you are not on an IEP, you are choosing this health and wellness down here, and click OK. So now, I've got my English, my Intro to Broadcasting and Journalism, my Spanish 2, my Advanced Studies American History, my Geometry, my Advanced Studies Biology, my semester of Culinary Foundations, and my semester of Health and Wellness. So technically, when I go through and add up all of those, there are my 7 choices. So that means that I don't plan to do anything in ROTC, I don't plan to take a learning lab, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not done. The last thing that I have to do is I have to come down here to alternate choices, and I do have to make at least 4 alternate choices. See, it is required that you choose at least 4 alternate choices. So one of my alternate choices is going to be computer apps. Okay. Again, notice down here all these different pages. So I'm going to go to the second page. Maybe Fitness for Life. And I suppose I could do a Foundations of Design if something else didn't work out for me. I'm going to go to page 3, and maybe Graphic Tech. I'm going to go to page 4. No, go to page 5. No, not really. Go to page 6. Nope, I think I'm done. And if I click OK, do I have 4 choices? Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so according to everything, I have made all of my choices. Now, a quick check for you is that are there green checks going all along the edge here? Because if everything has a green check, then that means that I have done everything I'm supposed to do. So then I'm going to come down here to the bottom, and on your screen, there is going to be a Submit button. It's going to be really important that you hit Submit down here. I'm not actually in a student's window, so it's going to be really important for you to hit Submit down here. And once you hit Submit, then it will bring a listing up of all the courses that you've enrolled in so that you can just do one more check. I also want to remind you down here, it says that you are required to make between 6 and 11 credit hours. Now, 6 simply because if you happen to choose 2 learning labs, one for first semester and second semester, learning labs are for no credit. So even though you are choosing 7 hours worth of courses, credit-wise, you would only have 6 credits. But notice, based on my choices, I am requesting 7 credits. Okay? Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you. Again, otherwise down here at the bottom, you're going to hit submit. It's going to give you a listing, and then you are finished. And you are ready to bring your enrollment form back to Campbell to turn into the guidance counselors from Lee Summit North on Thursday, January 28th. This will open up for you on January 21st. You will have until January 27th to do this, and then your enrollment forms will need to be turned in to Campbell, to the Lee Summit North guidance counselors, because we're coming over that day, on the 28th. Hope this helps you out, and happy enrolling.